Have you ever noticed that moment just before or after rain, when the air suddenly smells different, earthy, fresh, almost impossible to describe? But that smell has a scientific name. That familiar smell is called petrichor, and surprisingly, rain itself doesn't really have a smell. The scent comes from what happens when raindrops hit the ground. Tiny compounds trapped in soil are released into the air, and suddenly you can smell the earth. But there's another molecule involved, one that may explain why the smell feels so unmistakable: geosmin. And this is where things get interesting. That earthy smell comes partly from a molecule called geosmin. Certain soil-dwelling bacteria produce it. When the ground is dry, the compound stays mostly trapped in the soil. Then rain arrives. Raindrops disturb the surface, releasing tiny amounts of geosmin into the air. And your nose is surprisingly sensitive to it. Just a tiny amount can create that unmistakable smell of wet earth. But geosmin isn't the only reason rain smells so good. Something else is happening in the air. When raindrops hit dry soil, something surprisingly beautiful happens. The impact can trap tiny air bubbles beneath the surface. Those bubbles rise, carrying molecules from the soil with them. Eventually, they burst into the air, and with them comes that familiar scent. So, the smell of rain isn't simply the smell of water. It's the smell of the earth being disturbed. But there's one more ingredient that can make the air after a storm smell completely different. Sometimes you can smell rain before it even starts. Part of that smell can come from petrichor and geosmin being carried through the air. But storms can also produce another distinctive scent: ozone. Its sharp, clean smell can sometimes appear around thunderstorms, especially when electrical activity is strong. So that fresh smell before a storm may actually be a mixture of different chemistry happening around you. And somehow your nose detects it before you even see the rain. But here's the strangest part. Why does the smell of rain feel so good? One possibility is that humans simply learned to associate rain with something important: water, relief, cooler air, a change in the environment. And, for much of human history, rain meant survival. So that beautiful smell may trigger something deeper than just your sense of smell. It may remind your brain that water has arrived. So next time rain begins to fall, take a breath. That smell isn't just rain. It's chemistry rising from the earth, and somehow we've learned to love it. Share, like, and subscribe to Rare Explained for more.